So that is the end of the plot and the story with summarization. Let's return to other elements that I mentioned before. Okay, so don't mind the sound behind me, it's just annoying, but let's get on with the other elements I've seen before. Well, as you can see, my summarization is lengthy, boring, and of course missing a bunch of details. But I'm trying to make my summaries as short as possible and giving you guys the main events. However, there are more than that. That's why I'm discussing in a separate place. So, first I want to mention is the story background. Apart from the main plot point between all of these guys like that and that, I want to mention about the story that drove the Madame Defarge to this hatred, this spy of the Evermore, and she even tried to kill his wife, Charles Dickens' wife. So by those early days, Madame Defarge is called Teresa's, and she lived in a happy family with her father, her sister, and two older brothers in a village. Her sister being a very beautiful and young fellow with a man in the village. However, this man he's very sick, so she decided to kill him and stay very loyal to him and kind. However, one day the two Evermore brother, the future Marquis, saw the beauty of her, and these guys are thirsty as hell. They are so dehydrated that they have to work her husband to death and rape her and kidnap her. Doing this to her make her become sick and feverish and drove her to the path of death. Almost death. While hearing this news of his sister being assaulted, the two brothers of Teresa's decided to fight the Marquis, the Evermore's brother. And these guys fight him, cheated and kills the brother. When the father heard this news, he is killed by heart attack, leaving Teresa with a broken family, the death of her sister, and the death of brothers. She was alone in the world, and she was heartbroken, in despair, and all alone. With her family being so damaged and ruined, and the thing I've done for her sister and her brother can never be paid back with a bunch of gold coins. And how did Dr. Manette got me imprisoned? So really before the hour of the death of the sister of Teresa Defarge, he was called by the Evermore brother to take care of the sister. However, the sister dies anyway, and he is forced to keep his mouth shut. He tried to report this to the King of France. However, he is imprisoned for 18 years for doing so. And his loyal servant, Ernest Defarge, finally married to Therese. And that's the story behind it. Soon after that, before being sent to prison, the Evermore's wife and son came to him, and he saw that both of them are a very kind person, with Charles Evermore being a child, and so that's all the story behind it. And that's why I really love the story, because apart from the main plots, we have all these layers of the story put together and made the character who they really are. And it really made you question about the people who are actually antagonists of the story, because all of them might not be the person that you think they are, because the character and people are unexpectable and unpredictable as well. And now let's move on to the character. First, I want to discuss about is Dr. Manette and Lucy Manette. Dr. Manette is a selfless and a kind person. When he realized the wrongdoings of the rich and noble, superior people who treated like trash and garbage, he tried to act upon his own strength and try to fight against it. However, he's imprisoned wrongly, and he is also unjustly tortured and tormented in his prison. However, he's still a kind person, and he risks all costs to save the people he loves and save people who are right. And then I mentioned about is Lucy Manette. Lucy Manette in the story is mentioned a lot. And in my opinion, she is a very kind and soft woman. And when she was sight and see and talk and interact with Madame Defarge, she scared her, because she might send this evil thing from this woman will probably be predictable in the future. And I personally like Lucy kind of pleasantly, but that is not a very deep, very spontaneous character that I want to talk about. Which brought me to the next character I love the most. That is Sydney Carter. Sydney Carter, in my opinion, is a very amazing character. Well, we all learned that he is an intelligent and hardworking young man, but his hard work and his intelligence only made people like Mr. Stryver, his colleague, rich, because Mr. Stryver had the voice and he did not. So he did all the behind work, which might make so significant to people, the clients, but he never actually got the reward that deservable for him. But at the end of the story, we learn that he risked his life once again to save the people that's dear to him, and he did it rightfully. I mean, he's one of the most intriguing character I love, and I know that he actually talked about his reckless drinking, his bad life, but at the end of the story, he still risked his life on the good cause, and that's one of the heroic action I've seen in this novel. Which move on to Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens is a French teacher in England, and he previously is one of the Evermonts. But apart from that, he is a kind person of all. He understands the hardship and the sad and desperate life and needs of the French people, and he tries to help them as much as he can. He knows what's actually right and wrong. He's not blinded by the blissfulness of money, of fame, rich, and the bliss of being superior and richer than everybody, and treat them as like dogs and animals. He's a very, very kind person to his servants, and when his servant Gabelle was tried and put in prison, he tried to help him. But we learn to his demise. And then move on to other main character to talk about, that's Monsieur and Madame Defarge. I want to say that I hated Mr. Defarge because he did what he can. I think that he is actually a good loyal servant to Dr. Manet, because when Madame Defarge asked and urged him to do more and to try to condemn Dr. Manette and Dr. Lucy Manette, he asked her to stop right there. Not seeing the fact that Dr. Manette has suffered so much now that that is not possible, that can let him suffer even more. And he's an old man, and he had been the master of Ernest Defarge. Mr. Defarge is also a person, I might say, not a bad person, but he also is a kind of person that you might say, then you might question whether it's actually all good or all black. So it's like a greater area of the character side, you know. And then Madame Defarge. Madame Defarge is my second most favorite character. I know you'll be saying, "Oh, Julie, are you like bad person again? Are these guys like bad, you know? So you like antagonists now?" The point is no. My point is that I like the buildings and layers of her character. She has suffered so greatly, like she has suffered so bad. She's like the person that suffers so much. But at the end of the story, she deserves to die. Because you don't freaking fight fire with fire. You fight fire with sand or water, okay? Yeah, an evil monster. But, well, that's all that I need to talk about. And now let's move on to the minor character. The minor character included Miss Pross, Solomon Pross, and John Bassett, or aka Solomon Pross again, Dr. Cloy, and all of these guys. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at Mr. Stryver first. He is not a bad character. I say he like a compliment character on this thing because he also represents greediness. He got rich from the work of his partner, which is absolutely unfair and very horrible of his. How sure can you be as to be a man who work and become rich on the prospect of other person? And I personally think that he and Sidney Carter also might be like a very more like tiny zoom ins of what happened with the French people and the Marquis. Marquis did nothing with a big voice and all of these royal blood inside the veins right there, and they treat and set on the work of the people of France. These guys take all the work of the people and get rich from it without actually doing anything. And maybe these characters like Sidney Carter and Mr. Stryver might be the small representation of that society and that surface area. Miss Pross is another character. She is also loyal, kind, and she knows her mouth. In the character, I won't say that even no one wanted to even argue with her, and even the male character like Jerry Cruncher, no one to argue with her because if you do that, then he will die. Solomon Pross, aka the spy, aka John Bassard. I don't normally say that just a compliment character, but this guy helped to save Charles Dickens. I'm gonna give you 1 point for that, but you tried to accuse him a couple years ago, so that's gonna be a point. Sorry, bro. George Cloy, these guys will be dead, but the problem is these guys are the the common character, but they still have a role in the book and determine the fate of the main character, which is one tricky about this book. And now let's talk about the main idea and the theme of this book. First of all, I think that the main theme of this book, I think that personally, is the theme of corruption. This book mainly talk about this revolution, and when revolution happens, usually it's because of corrupt society and the people being suppressed and without a voice, which led to this big downfall of the political system. And however, the second thing I want to mention on this book is about the thing that the book wants to give us about the lesson behind this. Never fight fire with fire. These guys designed a real ass machine to cut off people's head. First, never fight fire with fire. Oh damn it. But that's all for this book review. I know that there are many other themes, many other things of law or like of money, all of that. But apparently in the meantime, I want to leave you guys for your own research, information, PDF book, audio, abridged and unabridged in the description below. And if you guys have anything wrong with my content or my voice, incoherence, garbage, then please comment down below. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and